Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm finally doing my 1000 subscriber Q&A. So just a few weeks back, I finally hit 1000 subscribers on my channel. And right before I hit that number in one of my videos, I promised you guys that I was going to do a Q&A, and I asked some of you guys to ask me some questions, and a lot of you guys left me some wonderful questions, and I'm so thankful to all of you who took 5-10 seconds out of your day to just leave me a question. It just really means the world to me, and you guys mean the world to me, and the fact that I even hit this number is completely and utterly unbelievable to me. You guys are just wonderful, and I'm currently kind of at a transitional point in my life where I have felt very, very alone these past few months before I started my channel, and ever since starting my channel, I have felt like I'm a part of something. I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel like you guys are here with me every single time one of you leaves a comment on one of my videos. I get so excited when I get the email. I just love interacting with you guys. I love that you're here. I love that we can talk to each other, and you make me feel like I'm not alone, and I can't even express how much that means to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every single one of you who has hit that subscribe button, who has left a comment on one of my videos, who has liked one of my videos, who has followed me on Twitter or Instagram, or who has ever messaged me at all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't even express how much all of you mean to me. And I just can't believe that 1,000 of you, over 1,000 of you now, like my content, want to watch my content, and that just, it means everything to me. So for the 100th time, thank you. Thank you so, so much. So before I get even more sappy than I already am now, let's just get into the Q&A. So the first question is from Anna, and she asked me multiple questions, and she asked me, how old are you? I am 18 years old. She also asks, if you are in education, what are you studying? So I'm currently a freshman in college, and I don't technically have a declared major, but I am very much leaning towards a gender and women's studies major. I'm taking 2 gender and women's studies classes this semester and loving both of them, and I'm definitely thinking of going into gender and women's studies as my major, if not definitely a minor. Anna also asks, where are you from, and is it the country that you currently live in? And also, are you bilingual? I am from the United States of America, and I live in the United States of America. And am I bilingual? Yes. My family is Persian. I'm Persian, but I was born here and I've lived here my whole life. So I speak Farsi. Not very, very well. I used to when I was a kid. I grew up speaking both Farsi and English at the same time, so I learned them both simultaneously. So I can speak it, but not perfectly, and I also can't read or write. I also took like 3 years of French in high school, and I can probably speak at like an elementary level of French. Like if I was thrown into France, I could probably survive on my own, but yeah, again, I'm not fantastic at it. Anna also asks, what is your one favorite book that you have read this year? Only one. That's easy. The Night Circus. Hands down. It's my favorite book I've ever read. You guys know that if you've been watching my channel for a while now. I'm obsessed with that book. It's my favorite book, and I read it this year, and it's fantastic, and I love it. And the last question from Anna is, what do you hope to do in the future? I mean, if I'm going with my dream job, what I'd want to do in the future, I would hands down love to be an actress. That is my goal. That is what I have always wanted to do. It's what I want to be. It's what I hope I can one day achieve. I don't know. It's all kind of up in the air right now, but that is what I would like to do in the future. That is the goal, that is the dream. The next question is from Jen from Hedgehogs books, and she asks, what is your hedgehog's name, the one on your shelf? I'm in love with hedgehogs. I'm in love with hedgehogs too, Jen, I understand. So this here is Freckles, and she currently has a little witch hat on because it's October, so I thought I'd decorate her to be a little bit more festive. Little backstory behind this, when I was in about 4th until probably 8th grade, I had this obsession with hedgehogs that hasn't officially fully gone away, but I was obsessed with hedgehogs. I collected them, and I think I had about like maybe 50, 45, 50 hedgehogs. Like, I just collected them. Every birthday, people would just buy me hedgehogs, and somehow I never had the same one twice. But yeah, I just had tons and tons of hedgehogs because I just loved them so much. Freckles was actually one of my very, very first, if not my first, hedgehog that I ever bought, and she's still my favorite. And I don't know why her name is Freckles. She doesn't have freckles. I guess I just thought it was a cute name. I don't have all 45 or 50 whatever hedgehogs anymore. I have a few of them scattered around my room. And still to this day, when I see like hedgehog things, I buy them occasionally just because I still love them. But yeah, so I have a few around my room, and Freckles always just sits here on my bookshelf. The next set of questions is from Little Blue Elephant, and they asked, what is your favorite Harry Potter book? And that is hands down the Deathly Hallows. It's my favorite one, and I will always love it so, so much. Then the final question she asked me is, have you ever been to Harry Potter World? And yes, I have actually. I went, I think it was 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago. Wow. Okay, time flies by. But yeah, I went there about 2 years ago, and it was wonderful and such a great experience. I highly recommend, if you ever get the opportunity, if you can ever go by any means, definitely do it because it's so cool. It's just beautiful, and it feels like you're just walking into the book. Also, in June 2016, I recently found out that they're opening one in Universal Studios in Hollywood, and I live in California, so it's gonna be way closer to me than Florida, so I am gonna go when it opens, and I am so, so excited. So the next set of questions are from Abby Bryant, and she asks, do you listen to music while you read, or do you prefer silence? I am actually one of those types of people who loves listening to music while they're reading. I usually have headphones in while I'm reading, or just playing music on my computer in the background or something. Also, a lot of the time, if I have like some songs or an artist or a playlist or something that I feel matches the tone or like the mood of a book, I will play that song or playlist or whatever it may be, just because I feel like it adds to the atmosphere a little bit, and I really like that. So yeah, I listen to music a lot when I'm reading. She also asks, are you a person who loans out books or not? Yes, I do loan out books, but I loan them out only to specific people because I am the type of person who likes to keep my books in a very like clean, pristine like condition. I don't like it when the pages get dog-eared. I don't like it when the covers get like bent and things like that. So I try and keep them like looking as new as possible. So I lend my books out to my friends who are aware of how I take care of my books. The next question she asked is favorite movies, music, and TV shows. Okay, so I have like a whole list of my favorite TV shows, favorite movies, favorite music. I'll start with music. I am obsessed with the band Codaline. Currently so obsessed with Halsey. I've just been listening to her music on repeat and I adore it. I also love Adele. Her new song, Hello, I'm obsessed with, and it's been on repeat nonstop for the past week. Love it so much. Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, of course. Yeah, but that's kind of my general list of people I listen to on a regular basis. Some of my favorite shows though, I used to actually watch a lot more TV than I do now, and now I've kind of like tailored my TV watching. Currently, I'm super obsessed with Mad Men. Like, I know that's an old show, but I've been watching it on Netflix, and oh my god, I'm so obsessed with it. I just started season 4 and it's so good. Also, Sense8 on Netflix is probably my favorite TV show I have seen in a really long time, if not probably my favorite TV show of all time. It's just so fantastic, and I highly recommend watching it if you haven't seen it yet. It's wonderful. I'm obsessed with that show. So good. I also watch Orphan Black, How to Get Away with Murder, Orange is the New Black, love that show. House of Cards. I'm really into Netflix shows, if you couldn't tell. Gilmore Girls is one of my all-time favorites. I will always love that show. And then also one of my like all-time favorite shows from when I was a kid is Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's like the only cartoon kind of show that I ever watch. And I will like rewatch that show to this day because I love it so much. It's just my favorite thing. I love it so much, and I'll always love it. It's like Gilmore Girls. I'll always love it. I actually have like a whole list of my favorite movies just on my phone, and I'm just gonna read some of these off for you so you get an idea. The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies, definitely. The Harry Potter movies, hands down. The Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I love those. Pride and Prejudice, Atonement. Clearly I have a thing for Keira Knightley. Pocahontas is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. The Imitation Game, Love Actually, 10 Things I Hate About You, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, 500 Days of Summer, The Theory of Everything, Anastasia, The Sound of Music, WALL-E. But yeah, that took me forever to answer, but that's basically just a list of a lot of my favorite movies. The next question is from Aisha, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Soto, and they asked, what is your favorite quote from a book? Okay, that's hard to answer because I love quotes and I write quotes on everything. If you guys didn't know that about me, I write them everywhere. Like I have a whole notebook that's just like a bunch of pages with just quotes covering it, and I actually tore them out. I'm gonna go get them so I can show you. Okay, so these aren't all of them, and I actually tore them out of the notebook, but yeah, so you can see like I write quotes. It's just covered with some of my favorite quotes that I've ever come across. But yeah, I write them everywhere, and see, they're like not complete, like I still have space. I don't know if I can pick a favorite one. One of my favorite quotes recently, actually from the Night Circus, is there are never really endings, happy or otherwise. I love that quote. I actually very much want to get that tattooed somewhere on me. Also, a quote from The Little Prince, which is one of my all-time favorite books, is all that is essential is invisible to the eye, one sees clearly with the heart. And I just think that's beautiful as well. I love that quote. I love it so much. And there are a whole host of other ones, but those are the ones that just kind of come to the top of my head. The next question is from Andrea from The Uncoordinated Reader, and she asks me, what is your most embarrassing childhood memory? Honestly, I can't think of like a specific thing that I did that was like the most embarrassing childhood memory that I have. Actually, you know what? My most embarrassing memory now, at the time it wasn't embarrassing, but like now reflecting on it and looking back on the fact that I did and asked this, is pretty embarrassing. And that was probably asking my orthodontist if he could write Twilight on my retainer. Because I'm now putting myself in his position and thinking what it would be like if a child came up to me at their appointment and was like, hey, can you write Twilight on my retainer in silver sparkly letters? Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. The next question is from The Lawn Gnome, and they asked, who are some of the YouTubers that inspired you to create your channel? I'd like to give a shout out to Sophie from Portal in the Pages, because I actually commented on one of her videos saying that I kind of wanted to start a channel and I was kind of hesitant about it, and she just told me to go for it and that it's a lot of fun and to just do it. And so honestly, the next day I picked up my camera, I just hit record, and I uploaded a video. So huge shout out to her because she definitely gave me that first push to start my channel. I'd say Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, because her reviews are always very, very honest, and she just seems like such a genuine person, and that's what I have always wanted in my videos. Like, that's what I want to come across as. I want to be as genuine and honest as I possibly can, and I really respect that in her. The Lawn Gnome also asked, besides books, what are some of your other passions? Aside from reading, I love singing, I love theater and acting, obviously, which I've mentioned many times. I love just spending time with my friends, I guess, just hanging out, being around people. I don't like being alone very much. I am very much the type of person who likes to be surrounded by lots of people. I play the piano, but it's just kind of self-taught piano. I took lessons for a little while, but most of it is self-taught. I just really play for myself, and I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. So those are just some of the other things I enjoy doing. Also, watching TV, I guess, marathoning Netflix shows, if that counts. The next question is from Miss Kaylin, or Miss Kayleen, I don't know how to pronounce your name, again, sorry. And she asks, do you like Chipotle? No. Contrary to popular opinion, I actually don't like Chipotle very much. She also asks, favorite topping on a pizza? Black olives. Just plain cheese with black olives, my favorite pizza. The next question is from Zana, or Zana. The first question she asked is, what's your favorite animal and do you have any pets? My favorite animal is a cat or a hedgehog, clearly. And I do have a pet. I actually have a cat. She is white and very fluffy, and she has blue eyes, and her name is Bo, and I love her. She's my baby. Then the last question she asked is, what's your reaction if people interrupt you while reading? Okay, so I have two reactions if people interrupt me while reading. Either I completely and utterly ignore them, like they will start talking to me and I'll pretend that they don't exist. Just because I'm actually pretty good at blocking people out. It's not a very good thing, I guess, because I can zone out when people are talking to me. But yeah, I'll either completely ignore them or I will dramatically close my book and then glare at them until they understand that I don't want to be interrupted, and then I go back to reading. So it's one of the two. It kind of depends on the day, depends on my mood, depends on how into the book I am. If I'm super into it, I'll just completely ignore the person. The next question is from Feathers and Faith, and she asks, who do you ship Selena with in the Throne of Glass series and why? So if you have watched my Queen of Shadows discussion, you will know kind of the answer to this question, but for those of you who have not watched that video since you haven't read all the Throne of Glass books yet, in the first 3 books, I ship her with Kale. Hardcore ship her with Kale. In the 4th book, I don't really ship her with anyone, and kind of at this point, like looking back on the whole thing, like I currently do not ship her with any of the characters. That's for a whole number of reasons, which I'm not going to go into now, but yeah. I used to ship her with Kale, like that was endgame for me, like that was it. And now I just don't really ship her with anyone. The next question is from Jaina. I think that's how you say your name. Again, I'm so sorry. And she asked, how/why did you fall in love with reading? Basically escapism. Reading is an escape for me. It was at a time in my life that I needed it. It was there and I took advantage of it and I fell in love. She also asks, what is your favorite reread? Aside from Harry Potter, of course, because I always love rereading those books. I'm gonna go with The Little Prince, which is one of my all-time favorite books as well. I just love rereading that book. I read it like once a year, at least I have for the past like 3 or 4 years. It's really short, so it's a really, really quick read, but I just love it. And every time I go back to it, I just get emotional again. And I love it. I love rereading that book. So that's it, guys. Those are all of the questions for my Q&A. I'm so sorry if I couldn't get to every single one of the questions. Otherwise, this video would get way, way, way too long. But I so appreciate every single one of you for leaving every single question that you did. It means the world to me, and I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you guys would like to see more Q&As in the future. Let me know if you guys like these kind of like personal videos, because I know I definitely love these videos. I love watching these kinds of videos. So let me know if you guys enjoy them as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for messaging me, for liking, for everything that you do, and for making these first 3 months on BookTube so, so wonderful and welcoming. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Because I just want to like hold it and look at it and read it forever and ever because it's perfect. I'm obsessed. I'm just so